recording, and nobody, I had forgotten to click the very nice button that says start broadcasting. So I apologize for those of you that might have tuned in right at noon and been on time. Actually, this is my first broadcast, so I'm finding that I am working out the little bit of quirks with me getting used to this modality. So thank you so much for being patient. And again, I apologize for my late arrival. I must say that the first 6 minutes I did share quite a bit of valuable information. So maybe intuitively you were able to get to it. But anyways, my name is Susan Dintino, and I am so happy to be offering you Moon Magic. We're going to be coming together twice. Probably it'll be pretty much twice a month, might be sometimes more, on the new moon and on the full moon, whenever possible. I do travel a bit, so sometimes I might not be able to do this right on the specific date, but I will do my best to make sure that I am on board with all of this. So how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling in this new moon energy? This is the first new moon of 2017. So it has really a very significant role to play in our lives as we begin at the beginning. I think everybody with a new year feels that it's a potential for a new start. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you to be able to start something new. And we look at 2016, and in numerology, 2016 was all about really letting things go. It was a finishing year. Like in numerology, if you add the numbers, it comes to a number 9. And again, that's for a different course. I mean, if it's something you're not familiar with, you could Google it and check it out. But anyways, the most important thing to know is that numerology is in 9-year cycles when we talk about our plans, and it was a 9-year. And what that means is that 2016 was all about finishing things. And I know when I share this with people, they say, oh, thank goodness that that's what this was about, because I am so ready to be done with that year. So that's one of the things we're going to be thinking about. The new moon actually comes in this evening at 7:08, and that's Eastern time. So strictly speaking, if you want to be exact about it, the new moon energy will be at full force at that time. However, the day before and the day after the new moon and the full moon, you can still take advantage of the energy. So keep that in mind as we talk about some of the things to look at. So as we're talking about 2016 being a completion year, one of the things that I would advise doing in this new moon energy is looking at what went on in 2016 and what it is that you would like to release. What I did, which I found was very beneficial, is I went through the year month by month, and I did it very close to New Year's Eve. As a matter of fact, I think I did it on New Year's Eve, and it was surprising, somebody who can barely remember what she had for breakfast, that I was able to go through month by month and come up with something from that month that I recalled. And I found there were some things that I would like to bring into 2017, other things not so much. So what I did was I made a separate list of the things that I wanted to bring into this new year and the things I wanted to release. Now, you will often hear me in these broadcasts referring to journaling, because I feel it's such a powerful tool for release, reflection. And keep in mind, when you're doing a journal, you don't need to be grammatically correct. Nobody's going to be checking your spelling. It's just speaking from your heart. And I think and I'm a big fan of doing it longhand on paper. As a matter of fact, I'm a writer, and that's most of the time the way I do my writing is longhand on paper. I just feel it's a strong energy doing that. So any kind of writing, journaling, if you're not one that likes to do sentences, you can even create lists as you're going through all of this review of 2016 and create different lists. But when you look at it and come up with the things you want to bring into the new year and things you want to release, again, this is a phenomenal energy for doing this. What you can do is create a little ceremony with the things you want to release. Now, maybe you'd like to start a fire and, ball your paper up and put it in the fire somewhere obviously safe to do so. Or one of my favorite things to do, yes, is to put it in a shredder. Yep, put it in a shredder and boom, and just hear it and say goodbye to all those things that I want to let go of. So keep in mind that there is different things that you can do that will help you release. So today would be a good day. One of the important things to know about this new moon is that it is in the sign of Aquarius, which means, astrologically speaking, this new moon falls in that astrological sign. Now, I want to tell you here and now, astrology is a wonderful modality. I know just enough to be dangerous, but I definitely know enough to be able to help you. And I know when we talk about Aquarius, we're talking about brashness, boldness, stepping outside of the box, being confident enough to try something new. And that's what this energy is really calling you to do. If there's something that you've been putting off, a project that you'd really like to get involved in, but it's just seems to be too out there and just not something you're quite confident enough to do. This Aquarian energy is inviting you to do it. And with this being a 1 year, you couldn't ask for a better time to start a new project. So is there something that you've been putting off? Maybe you would like to start a blog, or maybe you've got a book in you, something that you really feel the world needs to hear. This energy would be a great time to set an intention to do just that. So let's get to the very basics of setting an intention. Now, we know we've got this Aquarian energy around us, which means that it's a time of change. You might even find that you're feeling in the next few days not very social, a little bit introverted, and that's okay. Remember, there's a beautiful thing to be said about making you be your own best friend, that there's a big difference between being alone and being lonely. And you might find that even though we're in a weekend, that you don't feel like being social. And you know what? That's okay, because this is an introspective time. That's Aquarians bringing it inward, really acknowledging things that maybe you don't feel like discussing with other people. You just want to be with yourself. And I love that terminology so much more than saying you want to be by yourself, with yourself. And that's saying that you enjoy your own company. So again, you get into this quiet place. Meditation is a valuable tool to use right now to help you get into this quiet place. And then you set an intention. Okay, we know that thoughts are creative. So what we're talking about here is of focusing our thoughts on something that we would like to bring to fruition by the full moon. Now, the next full moon is February 10th, and I will be broadcasting live then as well. Now, I want to tell you, Moon Magic will be broadcast as close as possible to the new moon and to the full moon energy. Sometimes I travel and it's not going to be possible, but whenever it is, I will be right there with you so that I can tell you what's going on and be of any type of assistance that I can. But for now, when we're talking about setting an intention, which is what you always do in new moon energy, we're talking about creating, what my favorite way to do it is to create an affirmation. And what you want to do with that is just get to a point where you, for instance, might be easier to give you an example. Say that you want to bring financial abundance into your life. And it might be a bit much to expect yourself to bring in complete financial abundance, but hey, it's certainly possible by February 10th. But say this is your goal. Say it's your goal for 2017. What you want to do is create an affirmation. And an affirmation is a statement of fact created in the present tense. So for instance, if you were talking about bringing financial abundance in your life, the affirmation would go something like this. I am grateful that I am financially abundant in all areas of my life. I am grateful that I am financially abundant in all areas of my life. I always like to put a little bit of gratitude in my affirmations, because we know that gratitude, being thankful, is a high vibrational feeling. And this is where all the wonderful things are vibrating. All that abundance you want is vibrating up there with the gratitude feeling. So that's why I like to use a a certain type of gratitude word, thankful, whatever word resonates with you when I'm doing this. Once you've created your affirmation, write it down. And then what you do is put it in as many places as you can so that you're constantly being reinforced with that thought. Now, right now, if you're having a challenge paying your bills, it probably won't resonate with you. And that's okay, because what you can do is fake it till you make it. And what I mean by that is that you can just, even if it doesn't feel true to you, it will. And by putting that out to the universe, just consider yourself to be this blast of a signal, a huge signal that you are blasting out to the universe. The universe is going to receive it, and in divine timing will fulfill that desire, will complete that affirmation. I use this story all the time when I have a book out right now called Songs of My Life, Slightly Out of Tune. And it's a funny approach to the different lessons that I have learned throughout my life. And it was published, I think it was 2013. It was published by Hay House. What I did, and this was years before the book came out, I swear that book took as long to write as War and Peace. I had a sticker on my computer, and it was a Post-it note, and it said, "I am grateful that I am published by Hay House." And there was no reason for me to feel, I didn't have an agent, nothing that would really allow me to feel like that. But anytime I had doubts, anytime I wondered why I was still doing this, I would look at that affirmation. And after, so many years, I just happened to be in touch with the right person at the right time, and the book was published. So it does work. It's all about having faith and believing. And because we've got that Aquarian energy behind us right now, that jumpstart brash energy that is inviting us to step outside of our comfort zone, it's a wonderful time to just take that on and to do that, and just be able to really bring something into your life that you would like. So that's a rather big manifestation. And like I said, if you want to set an intention for something small, maybe going someplace special for dinner or something that everything has worked against you, and you're determined and you set that intention tonight, and then by the full moon you realize that it has come to fruition. So again, all about Aquarian energy, all about stepping outside your comfort zone, being brave enough to just allow yourself to roar and allow yourself to be heard without getting caught up in the negative. I know there's quite a bit of negativity going on right now, and we always want to stay positive, because again, as gratitude, positive energy is exactly where we want to be with everything that is going on with our lives. And hey, I know, believe me, I've had my challenges. I know sometimes it's pretty difficult to be positive, but it's really important that anytime that you can shift your feelings just a little, even just a little, it really helps into bringing in those good things that you want in your life. So all about setting intention. So I'm going to take a look and just see what's going on. Okay, and we say hello and everything else. Okay, I feel like I might have lost you. Okay, hopefully I am still recording, because somehow, some way, I feel like I might have lost this. So I'm going to just type and ask if I am still on the air. Hopefully I didn't disconnect myself as I was trying to go into the chat room. And anyways, so let me just get back in there and make sure that I am still recording. Okay, I think I am still on. So we're just going to go for it and just assume that. Sorry about that. Oh, you guys have all been so patient, and I'm sorry. Again, this is going to be a bit of me experimenting with everything and making sure. So hopefully you got all of that while I did my little side travel into the chat room. I'm going to have to get a better feel of how that happens. But let me talk a little bit about what a great crystal would be for you as we're going into this new moon energy. Okay, so I am holding up for you a clear quartz. And I think this is one many people are familiar with. Okay, this would be a great stone for you today with this new moon energy. So if you've been in the mood to purchase a crystal, don't have a clear quartz, great time to do so. If you do have a clear quartz, as you're in meditation and as you're setting your intentions, this would be a great stone to use. So this is a clear quartz that's got a bit of a point to it. There's all different, you know, sizes and shapes, and people will always ask me, how do I know if this crystal is right for me? And what I will say to you is, you know it's right for you because it feels right to you. If you're purchasing a crystal, my favorite way to do it is to go into a store, and the Mystical Moon has, without a doubt, and I'm not just saying that because I'm so proud to be associated with the Mystical Moon, but it has one of the widest varieties of crystals that I have seen in any store. And believe me, I've been in a lot of stores. So what I like to do is, if I'm in the market for a new crystal, I will usually read the description of the crystal after I pick one up. And usually what I will do is just pick it up and hold it and see if it feels right to me. Then maybe select a couple other stones, hold them, see if they feel right to me, and then I will select my stone. And that's exactly what I did with this one, with this clear quartz. What's nice about this is it's also associated with the crown chakra, and that's the chakra that's located right at the top of your head. The chakras being our energy systems, and this will open that. So when we're setting intentions, okay, we want what we're setting to go up into the higher chakras. We want these intentions in this beautiful Aquarian new moon energy to make sure that they're going to the very top. So when we do that, we are sending everything that we would like to create out into the universe. And this clear quartz acts like a charger. It acts like something that's supercharged and taking us up there. So just keep in mind that this is something that if you want to do, you can do. If you have one, I would advise you to meditate with that crystal. And again, if you're watching this in the replay and it's not falling right on the new moon, know that this is valuable to do anytime you're setting an intention. Of course, new moon energy, we're talking about being a fabulous time to set an intention, create an affirmation, but just know that you can do it anytime. And if you're seeing this clear quartz, great to use with meditation, great to use to open the crown chakra, which is all about listening to that fabulous guidance we get, our intuitive guidance from the third eye. It's all about paying attention to that, jumping into the crown and taking action on that guidance. So as we're thinking about our intention, what is it that we would like to do right now? Just keep in mind that when you're getting your own intuitive advice, really pay attention and take enough account of what it's telling you to act on it. So that's clear quartz, and it's going to give you clarity, everything that you're looking for right now as you are beginning this journey. Now, for those of you that might not know, I work with angels quite a bit. I began my real serious intuitive journey working with Doreen Virtue, and I'm very proud to say that I've been a part of her staff. I call her and count on her as a friend, along with many of my colleagues, Radley Valentine, who has also been instrumental in quite a few oracle decks that are out there right now. So many times when I'm doing readings, I go to the angelic realm for my information. I just find that they're very solid very solid people that I can go to that will really help me. So I wanted to share the angel with you today that will really help us. And this is Archangel Haniel, and she is telling us to make sure that we pay attention to the moon cycles. And what I love about this card is the doves, because this is so much about peace. And I think right now, so many of us are really looking to be in a peaceful place. So this is telling us that it's time for us to really bring our own peace and pay attention to these energies. Archangel Haniel is a great angel to call whenever we want to bring grace to a situation. Like if you're going into a job interview and you're feeling really nervous about it, she's a great angel to call that will help you to really be very graceful, very confident in your meeting anytime. She also will help you with public speaking. So she's a great angel to be using right now as I'm doing my first broadcast here, because definitely she is coming through and helping with that. So she's great to be doing that as well. So this is Archangel Haniel. And I just want to remind you that whenever you want to work with an angel, you want to make sure you call them. Because of free will, they can't just pop in. They need to be called. Now, the only time that is different is when you might be in a situation that, for instance, about ready to step in front of a truck or something like that, and an angel will come in and push you out of the way. You'll hear stories about that every once in a while. If it's not your time, an angel could jump in and help you in that regards. But a great, we all have guardian angels. They're always ready, willing, and able to be there to help you. So I am going to try this one more time to go into the chat room to see if there's any questions coming up. Let me take a look. Let me see if this is the way to do it. And let's just see. Okay. So no questions coming up now. So what I am going to do is I am going to just, I'm going to pick a card for everybody before I end the broadcast, and just give you, just know that if you're listening to this, that when I do these and you have the opportunity to see this live, I just want you to keep in mind that I will be doing mini readings, and I'd be happy to do one for you. So certainly stop in and visit with me. And if you have any questions too about this new moon energy, I do have it's called Susan's Synergy, and it's a group that I've created on the Mystical Moon website. Check it out. Post any questions you might have if you watch the replay. I also want to tell you that the second Friday of the month, I run a in-person intuitive awakening series of classes, and we're going to be talking about awakening the heart chakra. And it's interesting because I don't know how much you can see my necklace. I'm wearing a aventurine. I wanted to make sure I pronounced it right today. And again, this is something I was just drawn to, very much about communication and opening the heart chakra. So it was a good choice for me. So I'll be doing that at 7 o'clock, and that's coming up the second Friday in February. So I almost feel that's February 10th. I think it is. So it'll be the same day I'll be broadcasting the full moon. So remember, set that intention in this new moon energy, write it down, create your affirmations, and let's see what we can manifest by the full moon. And the card that I am pulling for everybody, and this is from the Archangel Power Tarot deck, and this is all about, again, getting into angelic energy. We're setting our intention. So let's see who we've pulled. The Chariot, and this is Archangel Metatron. Oh, I just love this card because look at the magic with the unicorns. Everybody telling us anything is possible. This is a number 7, which could have huge significance for you. Again, I usually don't get into talking about the numbers when I'm doing my readings unless it's something that really resonates or it resonates with you. But for those of you listening, if it resonates, then I say go for it. And what this card is saying is determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. In my estimation, this card is telling you that in this new moon energy, anything and everything is possible. Again, this is Susan Dintino. It has been my pleasure presenting to you. Thank you so much for the little hiccups along the way. I promise I'll be much better by February 10th as we talk about the full moon and its energy. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you then. Have a great day.